The United States has fought across the Middle East for decades. Yet most people only know the headlines, not the full picture of what was actually deployed. From forgotten small arms to systems so advanced they barely exist in public record, the true arsenal is far broader, far more varied, and far more consequential than most realize. This is what was actually used. M16A2, M16A4 assault rifle. The M16A2 and M16A4 assault rifles are part of the M16 family, which became the defining rifle of American ground operations across the Middle East. Chambered in 5.56mm NATO, it was standard issue throughout Desert Storm, Operation Iraqi Freedom, and early Afghanistan operations. Lightweight and accurate at range, it equipped millions of soldiers and Marines. Its presence defined the look and feel of US infantry combat from 1991 onward, confirmed across every major ground engagement. M4 carbine, a shorter, more maneuverable evolution of the M16, the M4 became the dominant US infantry weapon from the mid-1990s onward. Its compact profile suited the tight urban environments of Fallujah, Mosul, and Baghdad. Special operations forces adopted it early. Standard infantry units followed. By the peak of the Iraq War, the M4 had effectively replaced the M16 as America's primary combat rifle across the Middle East theater. M249, squad automatic weapon. The M249 gave every US infantry squad a portable, sustained fire capability, firing 5.56mm rounds at up to 850 rounds per minute. It suppressed enemy positions during squad-level assaults. In Iraq and Afghanistan, it proved essential for covering movement across open terrain and through urban choke points. Its reliability under desert conditions was repeatedly tested and repeatedly confirmed throughout 2 decades of combat operations. M2.50 caliber heavy machine gun. Few weapons carry the psychological weight of the M2. In service since World War II, it remained one of the most widely used US weapons across every Middle Eastern conflict. Mounted on Humvees, MRAPs, helicopters, and fixed positions, it engaged enemy vehicles, light fortifications, and personnel with devastating effect. Its continued deployment through ISIS-era operations in Syria and Iraq confirmed its enduring battlefield relevance. M24 Sniper Weapon System. The M24 gave US forces precision reach at distances exceeding 800 meters. Bolt action chambered in 7.62mm NATO. It was the standard sniper rifle of the US Army through much of the Iraq and Afghanistan campaigns. Snipers using the M24 influenced engagements far beyond their position. In the tight urban warfare of Ramadi and Mosul, precision fire changed the calculus of entire operations. M107 Barrett .50 caliber sniper rifle. The Barrett M107 extended US sniper capability to extreme ranges, exceeding 1,800 meters. Originally designed for anti-materiel roles, destroying equipment, disabling vehicles, it found extensive use in Iraq and Afghanistan against high-value targets and IED emplacers at long distance. Its semi-automatic capability gave operators a rapid follow-up shot advantage, confirmed use spans from the Gulf War through post-2014 anti-ISIS operations in Iraq and Syria. M203 M320 grenade launcher, mounted beneath the barrel of the M16 or M4, the M203 gave individual soldiers indirect fire capability without additional personnel. Its 40mm grenades bridged the gap between rifle fire and crew-served weapons. The upgraded M320 offered standalone use and improved ergonomics. Both systems were confirmed in consistent use across Iraq, Kuwait and Syria, allowing small units to engage fortified positions and enemy grouped in defilade. M101, M102 Abrams main battle tank. The Abrams tank is arguably the most powerful ground weapon the United States deployed in the Middle East. During Desert Storm, M101s destroyed Iraqi armor at ranges beyond 2 kilometers, often before Iraqi crews knew they were targeted. In urban Fallujah, adapted tactics brought them into tight street fighting. The M1A2 variant, with improved electronics, continued operating in Iraq through the ISIS campaign, confirming its multi-decade dominance. M2 Bradley Infantry Fighting Vehicle. The Bradley fought alongside the Abrams as the primary armored personnel carrier of US mechanized forces. Its 25mm chain gun shredded light vehicles and fortified positions. In Desert Storm, Bradleys destroyed more Iraqi armored vehicles than any other system. In urban Iraq, they provided protected fire support for dismounted infantry. The Bradley's confirmed combat record across multiple Middle East conflicts makes it one of the most battle-tested IFVs in history. M109 Paladin self-propelled howitzer. Artillery shaped the battlefield invisibly. The M109 Paladin, a 155mm self-propelled howitzer, gave US ground forces responsive mobile fire support across Iraq and Kuwait. It fired conventional rounds, rocket-assisted projectiles, and precision Excalibur-guided shells. Its ability to relocate rapidly after firing reduced counter-battery vulnerability, confirmed in use during both Gulf Wars and the sustained ground campaign against ISIS positions in northern Iraq. MRAP Mine-Resistant Ambush Protected Vehicle. The MRAP changed the survival math of the Iraq War. Fielded urgently in response to catastrophic IED casualties, its V-shaped hull deflected blast energy away from occupants. Thousands were deployed across Iraq and Afghanistan. Not a single weapon type, but a vehicle family, including the Cougar, Buffalo, and Max Pro variants. MRAPs are credited with saving hundreds of American lives. Their rapid procurement and mass deployment reshaped US logistics and force protection doctrine permanently. M270 Multiple Launch Rocket System. The MLRS brought mass fire to the modern battlefield. During Desert Storm, Iraqi forces called it Steel Rain. Capable of firing 12 rockets in under 60 seconds, it saturated enemy formations across wide areas. Later precision-guided variants, including the GMLRS, allowed GPS-accurate strikes at ranges exceeding 70 kilometers. Confirmed in use during the Gulf War, the invasion of Iraq in 2003, and subsequent fire support missions against ISIS in Syria and Iraq. The F-15E combined air superiority with deep strike capability in a single airframe. It carried precision-guided bombs, laser-guided munitions, and cruise missiles across Iraq, Libya, and Syria. During Desert Storm, it flew long-range interdiction missions against Iraqi infrastructure. Post-2001, it became a persistent presence in the anti-ISIS air campaign, flying thousands of sorties. Its confirmed combat record in the Middle East spans more than 30 years of continuous operational use. F-16 Fighting Falcon. The F-16 is the most widely flown fighter in US Middle East operations. Agile, multi-role, and continuously upgraded, It struck ground targets in Iraq, Kuwait, Syria, Libya, and Yemen. From the First Gulf War through Operation Inherent Resolve, F-14s delivered JDAMs, laser-guided bombs, and anti-radiation missiles. Its combination of versatility and reliability made it the backbone of US tactical air power across virtually every Middle Eastern conflict. B-52 Stratofortress. Nothing signals strategic intent like the B-52. Flying from Diego Garcia and later Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar, B-52s carpet-bombed Iraqi Republican Guard positions during Desert Storm and struck Taliban formations in Afghanistan. In the Middle East, they demonstrated that mass conventional air power still mattered. Their psychological effect on enemy ground forces, knowing that a single pass could destroy an entire formation, has been documented repeatedly. B-2 Spirit Stealth Bomber. The B-2 entered combat for the first time over Kosovo in 1999, then flew missions across Iraq and later against ISIS targets. Its stealth capability allowed it to penetrate defended airspace undetected, delivering precision-guided munitions against hardened targets. Each aircraft can carry up to 80 precision bombs. In Middle East operations, B-2 struck command bunkers, hardened facilities, and high-value targets that conventional aircraft could not safely reach. A-10 Thunderbolt II. The A-10 was built for one purpose: destroying ground targets. Its GAU-8 Avenger cannon fires depleted uranium rounds at 3,900 per minute, capable of penetrating tank armor. In Desert Storm, it devastated Iraqi armor. In Iraq and Afghanistan, it provided close air support to troops in contact, flying low and slow over the battlefield. Despite repeated attempts to retire it, confirmed operational use in anti-ISIS strikes kept the A-10 active well into the 2020s. AH-64 Apache Attack Helicopter. The Apache redefined helicopter warfare in the Middle East. Its Hellfire missiles, 30mm chain gun, and advanced targeting systems made it lethal day or night. During Desert Storm, Apaches fired the first shots of the war, destroying Iraqi radar sites to open corridors for coalition aircraft. In Iraq, they supported urban assaults and convoy protection. Continuously upgraded variants remained in confirmed operational use through post-2014 anti-ISIS operations. MQ-1 Predator drone. The Predator transformed warfare without deploying a single soldier. Originally a reconnaissance platform, it was armed with Hellfire missiles in 2001 and quickly became a primary tool for targeted strikes in Iraq, Yemen, Somalia, and Syria. Operated from bases thousands of miles away, it eliminated high-value targets and disrupted militant networks with precision. Its confirmed combat record across the Middle East redefined the concept of persistent battlefield surveillance and strike capability. MQ-9 Reaper drone. The MQ-9 Reaper surpassed its predecessor in every dimension. Faster, larger, and capable of carrying heavier payloads, including Hellfire missiles and GBU-12 paveway bombs, it became the primary armed drone of US operations. In Iraq, Syria, and Yemen, Reapers flew thousands of confirmed strike missions against ISIS leadership, weapons convoys, and command infrastructure. The January 2020 strike that killed Iranian General Qasem Soleimani near Baghdad was carried out by an MQ-9. BGM-109 Tomahawk cruise missile. The Tomahawk is the long arm of American power, launched from ships and submarines in the Persian Gulf and Red Sea. It struck Iraqi targets in 1991, 2003, and again during the 2017 and 2018 Syria strikes. GPS-guided and terrain following, it flies at low altitude to evade radar before striking with precision. Over 1,000 Tomahawks were fired in the opening phase of Desert Storm alone, making it one of the most deployed precision weapons in Middle East history. A GM-65 Maverick missile. The Maverick is a versatile air-to-ground missile used across decades of Middle East operations. Available in infrared, electro-optical, and laser-guided variants, it allowed aircraft to engage armored vehicles, fortified bunkers, and surface vessels from standoff distance. During Desert Storm, A-10s and F-16s used it extensively against Iraqi armor. Confirmed use continued through Operation Iraqi Freedom and subsequent anti-ISIS strikes, making it one of the most widely fired air-to-ground missiles in US history. GBU-31 JDAM Joint Direct Attack Munition. The JDAM transformed dumb bombs into precision weapons. A GPS-guided tail kit attached to standard Mark 82, 83, or 84 bombs. It gave any strike aircraft the ability to hit targets with meter-level accuracy regardless of weather. Introduced in Kosovo and immediately applied in the Middle East, JDAMs became the dominant US air-delivered weapon in Iraq and Afghanistan. Hundreds of thousands were dropped across the region. Simple, cheap, and devastatingly effective. GBU-28 Bunker Buster. Designed and produced in 17 days during Desert Storm, the GBU-28 was built to destroy hardened underground facilities. Its 5,000-pound penetrating warhead bored through reinforced concrete before detonating. Originally used against Iraqi command bunkers in 1991, it was later confirmed in use during Operation Iraqi Freedom against deeply buried command and control targets. Its development demonstrated the US military's ability to rapidly produce specialized munitions in response to emerging battlefield requirements. AGM-88 HARM High-Speed Anti-Radiation Missile. Air defense systems are only useful if they can operate freely. The HARM denied that freedom. Homing on radar emissions, it destroyed Iraqi surface-to-air missile batteries in the opening hours of Desert Storm, allowing coalition aircraft to operate with reduced risk. It continued suppressing air defense systems in subsequent operations. Its speed, Mach 2 or faster, gave radar operators almost no time to shut down before impact. Confirmed use spans every major US air campaign in the region. FIM-92 Stinger defensive role. Best known for its role arming Afghan mujahideen against Soviet helicopters, the Stinger served US forces in the Middle East in a defensive capacity. Ground units and helicopters carried it for short-range air defense against enemy aircraft and drones. As Iranian-backed forces began deploying drones in Iraq and Syria, the Stinger's relevance increased. Its confirmed presence in US force protection loadouts across multiple Middle East deployments reflects the evolving air threat environment. AGM-114 Hellfire missile. The Hellfire is the defining weapon of America's drone war. Originally designed to destroy Soviet tanks, it was adapted for precision strikes against individual targets. Fired from Apaches, Predators, and Reapers, it has been used in Iraq, Yemen, Syria, Somalia, and Afghanistan. Laser-guided and radar-guided variants gave operators flexibility across conditions. The R9X variant, a non-explosive version with deployable blades, was confirmed used in targeted killing operations to minimize collateral damage. RQ-4 Global Hawk surveillance drone. Not every critical system fires a weapon, The Global Hawk flew at 60,000 feet beyond the reach of most air defense systems, conducting persistent wide-area surveillance across Iraq, Iran's borders, the Persian Gulf, and Syria. Its sensors fed real-time intelligence to commanders making targeting decisions. Confirmed in continuous operational use since the early 2000s, it shaped strikes carried out by other platforms, making its invisible contribution to every major operation arguably more significant than many weapons that fired. BGM-71-2 missile. The TOW, tube-launched, optically tracked, wire-guided, gave US ground forces and helicopters a reliable long-range anti-armor capability. In Desert Storm, it destroyed Iraqi armored vehicles from Humvees and helicopters. In Iraq and Syria, it was confirmed in use by US Special Forces advising partner forces. The TOW's decades of continued service across the Middle East reflect a system that, despite its age, proved consistently effective against the armor and fortified vehicle threats encountered throughout the region. ANTPY-2 Terminal High Altitude Area Defense Radar. Ballistic missiles changed the threat picture entirely. The THAAD system, anchored by its AN/TPY-2 radar, was deployed to protect US bases and partner nations from Iranian and Houthi ballistic missiles. Its confirmed operational deployment in Saudi Arabia, UAE, and Qatar placed it at the center of regional missile defense. In January 2020, following Iranian ballistic missile strikes on Al-Assad Air Base in Iraq, they fired from the deserts of Kuwait to the rubble of Mosul, from carrier decks in the Persian Gulf to satellite-linked drone feeds halfway around the world. The American arsenal deployed across the Middle East represents the full breadth of modern military power. These systems did not operate in isolation. They formed a layered, interconnected force. The scale of what was fielded, refined, and confirmed in combat across 3 decades remains unmatched in the modern era.